Watch the entire video, my lovely viewers, I mean from start to finish, to get the whole thing. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into it.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Hi lovely viewers, it's me again, your one and only Mutati Mpundu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button down below. Turn the bell icon to join the notification squad. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you lovely viewers.
Right, allow us to open our phone line this afternoon so that we can have also our viewer out there to be able to contribute on the program. To those that are tuned in this afternoon on the Nation Pulse, we are featuring Zambia Must Prosper Party President Mr. Kelvin Fube-Walia. You can call us on the number that is on your screen. It is 0770813728. That is the number that you'll be getting in touch with us on. On our Facebook page, it is Millennium TV Zambia. Be sure to drop us your text message and be part of the conversation, of course, and part of the program. If you want to send through your message of condolences, you can also drop those messages on our Facebook page, Millennium TV Zambia, or rather send us a direct message to the number that is on your screen. Mr. President, let us get back to the Tonse Alliance and just talking about the future of the opposition. This morning we hosted NDC leader, Madam Savoy Imboila, and she spoke about how President Lungu played the role of a unifier when it comes to the opposition in Zambia. But before I finish with my question, allow us to just take this call. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name is and where you're calling us from. Please reduce the volume on your TV.
Okay, yes, good afternoon.
Reduce the volume on your TV.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Reduce the volume on your TV, sir.
Okay, I've reduced it, please.
Your names and where you're calling us from?
This is Victor Chomba.
Yes,
I'm calling you from within Lusaka.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to complain one day that this government has mistreated Mr. Lungu on this very bad occasion that has happened to this country. Please, can you please make an appeal, Mr. President, that they correct this situation? This, our brother, needs to change his approach to the way he treats people. Hello?
We're able to hear you, Mr. Chomba.
Yes. I don't think it is right that they are treating the late president the way they have treated him. Even the fact that they denied him to get medical treatment when he should have gotten medical treatment is not right. Like LBF, Timi Papatani, please unite the opposition, please. Unite the opposition. This country needs to be liberated from this injustice, this evil we are seeing being perpetrated by the UPND. Yesterday we were seeing some people celebrating the death of an individual, a former president. That is inhumane. It's like human beings who have stopped being human, celebrating the death of an individual. It is very un-Zambian, very un-African, very uncultured.
Right.
Please,
Mr. Chomba, we'll ask you to wind up.
The Zambian people. We need you to lead the opposition. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chomba, for calling through. The number is 0770813728. That is the number that you're dialing to be part of the program. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Your names and where you're calling us from?
I'm Mr. Deska calling from Matero.
Yes, Mr. Deska.
All right. Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Good afternoon, sir.
All right. Mr. President, to be honest, please, as opposition, we are really trying by all means to call upon you. We know you are a very good person. This time around, we are mourning our former president, Edgar Lungu. On that note, my just concern is on the way our constitution is. It's not okay, because at the same time you will find that the law itself says
if you go back to public politics, then they will retrieve back the benefits that you are supposed to get. And on top of that, again, it says if the former president dies, the state must take over. On that note, at least we need to amend the constitution, because the current government, or the government in power, if I'm not only going to mention UPND alone, but even some time back, we used to see some former heads of state being persecuted. And on that one, my point is, the same government in power does persecute the former heads of state, meaning whatever the former head of state is passing through, the government in power adds more pressure, so that whatever the former head of state is passing through, it becomes a challenge for that person to survive. That's what is killing our former heads of state. If there is anything apart from that, then I don't know. But in my view, the government in power is something we need to blame at the moment, because of hatred.
Mr. Deska will ask you to conclude.
So going forward, my advice is, please let us learn to forgive. Let's leave dangers.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Deska.
To build our country.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
0770813728. That is the number that you're getting in touch with us on to be part of the program. On our Facebook page, it is Millennium TV Zambia. You can leave us a comment in our comment section. Good afternoon. Hello? Hello, kindly speak up.
Hello.
Hello, you're through to the program. Your names and where you're calling us from?
I'm Lenga calling from Kamara.
Yes, Mr. Mlenga.
Mlenga mlishani tulife bwino ifwe amachushi fe ne
kwa yote matusitura kwa Betre Roma tukuleta mukuru kutira amitera mano bonse ba opposition kandi kwa sherepo kutira mpange kimo ya puta bali ndanshita tumare buloshe yonga tsaloshe ale tomu nyapi ndero alosha mutesi tekikare panki naomba yo karati pankai bantu muteko bunpo dukire twamwenako eti bwe tutaliba tatabarunga watirero ino kutaita tikirana bali mamonta ngostora ipokorera mu muri yonse sidekika kaisi taramboa nukutankele tampurunga bijatandi bakaranda bambina baranda atatabarungu bali kurura muri mutinzi tutwale imwena ipokwele oto umuntu ambokati kairi ubute kutawa kwa tano wakonkanya puno kutukalitie mitima bara posta pa Facebook ngavire mulangire bara no kutifuwa moto ayama friends wako arungu kujana mumwela jo mwe ba ayama friends wako arungu kabi mwakiri okura muteresa mbusha ya mukora kora unda piwa pote hatiado iri ne tetwa kumina credit kaba maya nawa anajabu andete kamuno tarate jabu sana
Mlenga Tatotela. All right, due to time, we'll only pick two more calls. The number is 0770813728. That is the number that you're getting in touch with us on. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, people.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Your names and where you're calling us from?
Melody Carolo.
Please reduce the volume on your TV.
Okay, Melody Carolo.
Where are you calling us from?
Usaka, within Usaka.
Melody, please reduce the volume on your TV.
Live from kwa indipa.
Mkwa kutiba pitilisha.
Bake BF mabombeni.
mutende mkwaye bamaye barishani
Bwino ala mwamina bantu tanaka. Ala mukosepu.
Mkwaye.
Ineto nalala ndapo ndi popo peoti peso na ishefe kulusaka kuno. Fiansanga nefi. Nomba mwe bantu twapapata. Ero mbabe na Zambia. Chirilo. Mkwaye. Tatufule tuwaposa kacha. Whether he was the Tabale, Valifmamo, and Valifmamo, he still remains a former president. Respect should be given and dignity to PCL. May his soul rest in peace. USA, one Zambia, one nation. If you can andikwa, tifumekwa. Kimira kalipirwa kwa mitimanga forever fiasha. Ale fumulira kalipaba bwacha. Ndi ufobu bisana. Na totera kwa mwena Zambia na papata. Kuroshe ba Edgar Lungu kuno. Bunonge foturosha bonsa ma former president. Lesaka turuila, ala turuila.
Totela Mkwaiwa Melody. We'll pick one more call and thereafter we'll close our phone line. The number is 0770813728. That is the number that you're dialing to be part of the program. On our Facebook page, it is Millennium TV Zambia. Be sure to also send us a direct message to the same number. Good afternoon. All right, that caller put us on hold. The number is 0770813728. Is the number that you're dialing to be part of the conversation. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're through to the program.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. Your names and where you're calling us from?
I'm calling you from Lusaka, Livala.
Your names, please?
My name is Namia.
Yes, Miss Namia.
I wanted to... Good afternoon, Mr. KPS.
Good afternoon, Mom.
How are you?
We are suffering, but we are fine.
I understand. I just wanted to ask you, sir, please, if we can only unite as an opposition.
Yes, please.
During this time and after, please work with the people that you know that we are close to the boss, and let's just have a united party.
Yes.
Yes, as an alliance, let's work together.
Thank you.
That's all I wanted to say this afternoon.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is why we close our phone line this afternoon. I'll let you respond, Mr. President. And just as you respond, my question earlier was, how then does the opposition move forward now that the person that was trying to bring together the opposition political parties in the country has passed on, and one that you all describe as a unifier?
First of all, let me thank the callers. Most of them are agreed on the approach that we should take as a nation with regard to this funeral. Look, when you have a president of a country, former or otherwise, and he dies, just know that when he was in State House, running government, he had friends in the SADC region, across the globe. So they're businessmen, they are former heads of state and current heads of state who are still his friends, some of them. And they would like to come for this funeral. So if you don't extend the respect that is due to a former head of state, such as ECL, in this time, how are those presidents going to come? How are they going to mourn their friend? Because if you refuse to give him the honors that are due to him, and the other heads of state and others who may arrive here as presidents or prime ministers start landing at KKIA there, how are you going to receive them? Because it means Minister of Foreign Affairs has to clear them for protocol. How are they going to be cleared? And you can't stop them from coming because Chidiro. You see the pickup. You see the difficulty that the UPND government will find itself in. They have to acknowledge this funeral. And they're the government in power. And behave as a government. You ask a question, how are we going to move forward now that ECO is not there? We are here. We are going to find a way. I can assure the Zambians, we are going to find a way. It took quite a bit of time for us, some of us, to engage with ECL, engage with our colleagues in the former ruling party, to arrive at a position where we say, yes, we can work together under Tonse. And we don't take decisions lightly, some of us. So we took that decision, knowing very well where we were coming from, and the kind of wisdom that was exhibited by the late president, the maturity, our Christian values, and then we said, let's work together. As long as that spirit continues within Tonse, we're good to go. This is why I was saying, I and other people within Tonse are saying, we would rather have 70-80% of the opposition united, but we are working together in unison, than have 100% and we get to be toxic and lose focus of what we need to do. So this was the aim of the former president. Bring as many political parties together under one umbrella and see that we liberate this country. So my promise to the Zambian people is we are going to show leadership. We've been through things 1,000 times tougher than this. 1,000 times. And maybe God was preparing us for such a time.
Right.
Rasata died. We were able to rise to the occasion. It wasn't insurmountable. We made our ACL form government. Now he has died. But I only thank God. I really do thank God that in the time that we had together, at least between me and the late president, we were able to sit as brothers, reconcile, and make sure that we had one goal. And that goal was to ensure that we give the Zambian people the necessary hope under Tonse so that we can kick out the UPND government. I heard from one of the callers that some people are celebrating the death of ECL. It is very normal for people sometimes to behave in the manner they want to behave. It is true that some people in their private corners may have had some champagne being toasted here and there. They're happy. You can't blame them. People are entitled to their opinions. But a normal person is sad today. A normal person, uwafundwa fyo muntu, uwakula kuli nyina na wishi, pali ichichi chitike, ichina chifina. Umuntu uli onza na fulwa. Tuline chidirishi, and you go and start celebrating. That's not us. Therefore, to our, maybe at this point, baggy pants or yet Kendrick Lamar. They're not like us. They're not like us. Tabaringa ifwe. Tubale kebadia. Tuala bafshafye kuside yuko. But us as a Zambian people that know what culture is, let's move as the majority. Ulange bari okwebati. Tatwa bengi efyo mulefu atuwe. Amano ngatamwa kwa taifo tule milanga amano. Ngatamwa fundo tuwa milango ati. Some of us were raised. We had parents. And that is the culture we should give to our children. These are the traditions we must be able to pass on to our children and their children's children. That is how a nation lives. We can't just be living ngwa sungu. Abasungu bali kwa culture yao. Bamwa sungu wishinga afa tabana kufidio. We are Africans and Zambians in particular. So we must behave as such. And in this particular instance, this is a head of state. A former head of state, as it were, but a head of state. How are we going to receive his friends who want to come and mourn him? That's the question I'm asking Patrick Kango. If you don't acknowledge the former head of state, how are people going to come? Because if they come there, you won't stop them. They'll flash their immunity, their diplomatic passports, and say, you will stop them. There'll be a diplomatic row there. Let's be real. In the region, let's create a system, the atmosphere that we can be above mediocrity such as this. Whatever the differences that may have been there between Aga Ichilema and Edgar Lungu as individuals, this nation must rise above that. Right. And I'm asking the Secretary to the Cabinet, as head of government, do the right thing.
3 weeks ago, as you earlier stated, and of course this is something that the South African media has reported about,
yes.
You visited the late President, Dr. Edgar Lungu. Firstly, was this visitation by invitation from the late President?
I went to South Africa. I went.
Was it by invitation?
If you knew where Lungu was staying, and how he was staying, you couldn't reach him if he didn't want to see you. That should answer you.
So you were invited?
I said you couldn't reach him if he didn't want to see you.
So we conclude that you're invited by the late president?
You are entitled to your opinion.
Mr. President, there are reports and rumors going around on social media. And this is also something that the South African media has reported about, that President Isiyo had endorsed you as president for 2026 and leader of the Tonse Alliance. But unfortunately, he couldn't make that announcement because he passed on before time. Is it true that he endorsed you as president and leader of the Tonse Alliance ahead of the 2026 general election?
I think let's mourn the late president and let us give time and chance to my brothers in Tonse and I to sit down and talk about this issue. Then we can pick up. Right now we're in mourning.
We also just want to clear the air, Mr.
President. Let's discuss this at another time. I know that you journalists always look for a scoop. You always want a story, a headline. My brothers and I will sit in Tonse. There will be a time when we shall address you, we shall sit and talk. There's nothing to hide. These are politics. Things will become clear very soon.
Right. Mr. President, we come to the end of our discussion on the National Pulse. But before I let you go, what is your message to the Zambian people during this time of mourning?
My fellow Zambians, my plea to you is, let us mourn our former Republican 6th President, Edgar Lungu, Mumuchinchi. And let us show and demonstrate to Africa, to ourselves as a people, and the world at large, that we are able to rise above differences. We have mourned and buried former presidents and sitting presidents in this country. And we know the procedures and we know what to do. So for me, I'm asking the church, if needs be, try and mediate between the Lungu family and the government and ensure that as a nation, we project one united stand and we mourn our late president with all the honors that he deserves. And this is the only way we're going to make sure that our tradition of bearing presidents in this country is carried on. Mumuchinchi.
President KBF, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you, Mkwaiba Chilufya. Thanks for having us.
All right. We come to the end of our discussion this afternoon on the National Pulse. Zambia Must Prosper Party leader, Mr. Kelvin Fubewale, and also a member of the Tonse Alliance, was joining me this afternoon, of course, as we are remembering the late 6th Republican President of Zambia, Dr. Edgar Lungu. Thank you so much for joining us. I've been your host, Lovisa Chilufya. Do stay tuned to Millennium TV, of course, as we continue bringing you updates of what is taking place at the Patriotic Front Secretariat, which is the funeral home. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
This is DJ Mutati exclusive.
Alright, that's all for you today, lovely viewers. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the video you just watched in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you, lovely viewers. Once again, I go by the name of Mutati Mpundu. I love you, peace, I gotta go.